Hi.
Hey,
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Dennis.
Good morning. I'm Dennis Del Viaggio.
I'm John Kreitzer.
Welcome to the 138th Annual Ferndale Memorial Day Parade.
Can you believe we've been doing this 138 years? But before we get to the parade, we have some sponsors that we need to recognize as well.
Yeah, so we'll go to the sponsors now.
Good.
Support for this program is made possible by Art Center Arcata. Artist run for the artist and everyone. Paint, paper, and cool fun stuff. Independent and locally owned. Located on the Arcata Plaza. Humboldt County, California, home to the tallest trees on earth, is the perfect playground for exciting outdoor adventures for all ages. Come and experience our natural beauty, ancient forests, and breathtaking vistas. Support for this program is made possible by the Hotel Arcata, blending the timelessness and charm of historic Arcata with modern comfort and character. On the Square in downtown Arcata.
All right, good. Hey, thanks again, once again, to our sponsors today. And Dennis, give us a little highlights of what we're going to expect to see today on our 138th Memorial Day Parade.
Well, I do want to say town's filling up. It'll take probably about 5 or 6 minutes for the parade to get up here. So, but it is typical Ferndale parade. The town, people are gathering there to honor the fallen soldiers. So a couple things, you know, Memorial Day originally was Decoration Day.
Correct.
Started at that, and it started as a small town type thing, you know,
Correct.
to decorate the people that had given the ultimate sacrifice for it. And then I think it was 1968 that Congress finally said it was going to be a Memorial Day
Change it to
parade.
Memorial Day Parade.
And since then, and small towns and even big cities, they all honor this day, and it is an important day.
We have a real nice Veterans Memorial wall too, just down the street a little bit, where the parade actually starts and where they gather. But they have a little ceremony there and a prayer and thank you, and then they continue on up the street here.
Yeah, biggest thing that I've found is like talking to different people, and especially veterans, to this thing. This is not about the veterans at all. I mean, we do honor them all the time, and we need to, but the veterans feel so strongly about this is honoring the people that gave the ultimate sacrifice. And when you talk to them, it is really unbelievable how strongly they feel about that this is not their day. They have Veterans Day for themselves. And I think we just always got to remember that.
Exactly.
There was a couple things, you know, the big wars that we kind of think about are like the Civil War, World War I, World War II, the Korean War, Vietnam War, and the War on Terror. But you know, our country has been involved with stuff all the time. When I was doing a little research on it, it was amazing how many conflicts we've been in or helped other countries and lost servicemen in those type things.
Yeah, we are the world's peacekeeper.
We are.
And it's very critical that we continue on with that and try to keep the world as a safer place for everybody.
We do. You know, when you put it in numbers, though, there was over 600,000 servicemen lost in the Civil War.
And 50,000 just at Gettysburg.
Yeah. 116 Americans in World War I. World War II was 400,000 servicemen. Korean War was 36,000 servicemen, and Vietnam War was 58,000. And then the War on Terror just keeps going, you know, and for our involvement in that. And just the people, you know, when you start and think about it, some of these young men and women that lost their lives there, you know, I was talking to somebody the other day that I was unsure. I know he had lost his dad in the Vietnam War, and found out that he wasn't even born. He had never met his dad.
It's really a shame.
There. So.
I think we all know somebody that gave their life to keep the world a safer place.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. The festivities today don't end with the parade either. They continue on to our historical cemetery, just down the street here, and there's a benediction. There's a laying of the wreath. And people turn out by the hundreds and gather around the cemetery just to watch what's going on and give tribute to those fallen heroes one more time. And then they continue on back down Main Street again. back to their Veterans Hall, where they have a gathering and talk about stories and talk about
veterans that have been in or veterans that will speak. The whole program up there is unbelievable.
Yep.
I think the Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts do the set up the unknown soldier.
Correct.
And that's
Correct.
a big thing. So it is a wonderful opportunity to remember those.
Exactly.
And look at that, the sun's coming out.
The sun is coming out just in time for the parade, and I think I see the lights of the police chief leading the parade. So we're almost ready to actually start.
Yeah, so it is. The parade starts down at the Veteran Hall, which is probably close to a half a mile away, maybe something like that.
It is.
And then makes the trip uptown, and like I say, ending at the cemetery. And right now they're just at the start of the business district. So
Correct.
the parade starts with the police car leading it, and then the colors come up from that, and then John's kind of got a list as the parade goes through on what we're going to be seeing through that. So right now you can kind of hear off in the distance they're coming. And I'm sure the cameras do have a view of how many people are on our street down there.
Exactly right.
So, one thing that you do, it surprises me every time when we have a holiday like this, you see all these veterans wearing their hats now.
They wear their hats with pride.
And it's something that you pass these people all day or many times and you don't realize it until we go that. And, it is a day to recognize the people that gave service to it. So always say good morning or good afternoon to when you see somebody.
Say thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for their
Thank
service.
you for that.
Yep.
We were just talking, John and I, a little bit earlier that both of us kind of came in after the draft and it was over by the time I was getting out of high school, and I think you felt the same way.
Exactly. Did not have to go through that anguish or mental thought of possibly being drafted and the war continuing on or another war erupting.
Yes. I mean, I just look around here and I see Don Heinley over there that's a veteran wearing his jacket.
Absolutely, yep.
There's just a whole lot of them at every place you turn, and Ferndale's always had
it's home to a lot of old-time veterans.
Yeah. We do hear the drummer coming up. So it looks like it's got to be a good little parade there. They'll be all, it is what we consider a quiet parade because it's in honor.
It's an honor, right?
And it's not one like the 4th of July where we get to make a celebration. This one's more of
festive, yes. It's somber.
Somber type parade, exactly.
So as we get started with the parade here, let's give it 30 seconds of silence to those that have fallen, and let's take in the drummer. All right, the gentleman carrying the American flag there is Dan Lawrence. I think I understand this is his 28th consecutive year in the parade. He did service in Vietnam. We appreciate his time dearly. Next we have the color guard.
Everybody's in honor there of that. I do have to stand for the flag to come through.
Absolutely. Now in the trailer we have a lot of the local veterans that did time and various Korean and Vietnam Wars. Then we're followed up by the Jeeps. Followed by the Jeeps.
Yes.
Number two, the first Jeep is an M5 G1. Is a 1942 Ford. It's not actually a Jeep. Followed by a 45 Willys.
Yes. These are all familiar faces with us here.
And what we're looking at now is new to our parade. It's 1972 M5 G1 Gamma Goat from the Vietnam era. In the trailer, we are honoring the Korean War Dogs, which was a big part of the Korean War. There are 1,500 service dogs that served in Korea along with our soldiers.
Wow.
Absolutely amazing. So we're honoring them as well. Then we have a 1945 Jeep owned by Brian Morrissey. He's a local resident, and he displays his Jeep proudly, even with his gunning rack.
It is something. Look at those old veterans up there honoring it. It means a lot for them to have this day that they can come up here and go for that. Definitely, Memorial Day means something different than things like that. These guys take their time and do that. And just staying together as a strong group of individuals and stuff like that.
And we have Rex Bowen, one of our city council people.
Supervisor.
Carrying the American flag in front of the Native Sons of the Golden West.
Yes.
Hey, Rex.
Hi, Rex. And here comes the Native Sons.
Look at that flag they carry.
Yes. The Native Sons has been so supportive of the military and everything like that. And this is stuff that you can tell how many people get together to carry that flag. It takes a lot, but they never have a problem having somebody grab a corner of that thing and want to be part of this on this day.
And they're a great service industry here in Ferndale as well, a big service group. Next, we're followed up by the Ferndale Scouts.
Hey.
Oh, are you commentating?
Yes.
Wow.
Ferndale Scouts. And then we've got the Dairy Princesses. Dairy Princesses are always a part of the Memorial Day festivities here. And we always have to have the old tractors. That's part of American heritage right there, the farming industry.
So the girls there and the Girl Scouts are carrying the flowers up for the Tomb of the Unknown Soldiers.
Okay.
So.
And then, Dennis, you want to give us highlights of the firefighting apparatus we have here?
Yeah, so the first one is one of the first fire trucks for Ferndale Fires, 1923 La France. Ferndale Fire restored it, I think, back in the early 80s, and it continued mustereds, and that truck has been to Disneyland for a parade down there.
That's incredible.
Yeah, just celebrated 100 years old last year, or last year or the year before. And then we have Company 1, and looks like Terry O'Reilly.
We are
and
all volunteer fire department too.
All volunteer. Company 2 would be the next one. And then Company 3, which is considered our hook and ladder type truck, but right now it's kind of our fire truck that can go out there and do wildfires, things like that.
It's a tanker truck as well.
Yes.
And how many volunteers do we have at this time?
I think we're up to like 24, 25.
Okay.
We've gained a couple from before, you know, so. And then our rescue rig or our medical rig will be the next one. And then we have our wildland truck, that little truck there. We got a flyover from the Coast Guard.
By the Coast Guard. Imagine that.
Thank you,
awesome.
Coast Guard.
And then we're followed up by our retired 85 Humvee that we have as part of the police department. They can also do beach rescues and such if we have to as well, or assist. And then followed up by our our police department one more time as closing up the parade. But like we said before, oh, our Coast Guard's coming back.
The Coast Guard does a lot of those rescues, things like that we go, but they are definitely part of our.
If needed.
They are there for us, and they protect us on our side. So, as you see, everybody's starting to walk up to the cemetery now.
Yep, there go the crowds.
They'll follow that up.
And if you're just watching us on TV, and if you live in Humboldt, or if you're out of the area and want to come to Humboldt for this Memorial Day, it's a great time to feel the pulse of America and what these service people have done for us, and take in the cemetery service as well.
So once again, this is the 138th.
Exactly.
So next year will be 139. And you know, it's an honor to be asked to be part of this thing. You know, it was a long time that it was just more of a local honor, and people would come. And it's nice that Key TV would kind of take some time and put this on for us.
No, absolutely. It's great for them to come out here, set all this up. We once again thank you to our sponsors for help putting this on. And we hope to be back this year. Next year.
Yeah.
Hope to see you as well. And all right, good night, everybody.